Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for more F1 2020 career mode. This time and this weekend we have the Vietnamese Grand Prix, the third race in the calendar. We're just going to start as per usual filling in all our activities. So far the first two races for me have gone quite well. For our teammate Gasly, he's still yet to score points, which I'm hoping he does improve, because I do need him to start scoring points for me. And now, as I said in the previous episodes, we really need to start focusing on powertrain and chassis. They're the two main things I want to focus on this season.
We've had the new parts come through from the fabrication.
So you can see now our powertrain facilities in Aspect 2, which is awesome to see. But we're going to be focusing on powertrain upgrades and chassis upgrades this season. Chassis is the one I want to focus on first because we are second worst chassis on the grid, which I'm not particularly a fan of, I'll admit. I want to have the chassis be a little bit better. So now we have our resource points. We should have enough now to actually spend them on a
If it were me, this is probably what I'd invest in.
I was really considering actually also as well maybe doing the powertrain upgrade. Just because I felt like it would help, but looking at how much that chassis upgrade could improve our chassis compared to other cars, it just pulled me more to that side. So in regards to our facilities, we actually can't do anything. And looking at the standings right now, I'm fourth in the drivers and fourth in the constructors, so 70 were last year, so hopefully Pierre can help us get more points and maybe get third. So as you can see, there's nothing I can upgrade in facilities because everything's all too much money. Anyway, I'm going to go to the race weekend and I'll see you in qualifying. So we are here in Q1. My aim this weekend is to attempt to get this car into Q3. I feel like our powertrain is quite good, and our aero is not terrible, so I feel like it shouldn't be too difficult to get this car into Q3. It'll be difficult, but I think it'll be that difficult to get into Q3. I do really want Pierre to get into Q3 as well. You know, if we can start squeezing Pierre into Q3, it would be much better because it would give him more of a chance of getting points rather than just being sat behind us the whole time, so I'm not getting any points. The reason why I bought him in is so he will get points, so that's why I want to get it. Anyway, we're going to build up our first flying lap here. Our best exit out that last corner. Brake into turn 1. Oh, went a little bit too deep there. We're going to skip to the end of the lap and it was 34.6, so it really wasn't my best lap. We're coming on across our second lap, we go 8 tenths quicker pretty much. Puts us P6. Now we're going to skip to Q2. And we go Q6 for now. So not bad in Q2. And the end of Q2, Gasly gets into Q3 along with me. So both of us are into Q3 now.
Top three.
Bottas, and Q3,
Hamilton, and Morris.
we came P3.
With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for
we
the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us
Gasly starting in 10th, so possibly some points for Pierre. So it should be a good race. Let's get right into the race.
On pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Morris, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Leclerc, Stroll, Sainz, Albon, and Pierre Gasly, Norris, Vettel, Luca Giotto, and Ocon, Fiat, Raikkonen, Sergio Perez, and Kevin Magnussen, Grosjean, Latifi, Giovinazzi, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So, as you can see there, guys, that is the grid order. It's actually a big surprise for me to see Giovinazzi out-qualifying Russell. As I said before, Russell's a teammate I was heavily considering, but he actually turned us down. So, if I don't see an improvement by Pierre by the end of his contract, which is midway through the season, which is about July, I am tempted to ask for a contract from Russell or Norris, the two British drivers. Because I would like to have British drivers in a British team. I think that'd be awesome. And also, because George is quite young, I feel like he's going to get much quicker throughout his career. And if we can get him now, we can keep him for quite a few seasons. Anyway, that's in future episodes. Now at the start of this race, I'm going to put our fuel a bit lower so we can get a better launch off the line. Let's see what we can do here at the Vietnam Grand Prix. 5 red lights. And away we go. Very good start from us. Good initial launch again. Our starts seem to be getting better and better. Bottas has to go defensive already into turn 1. Can we possibly go around the outside of the thin? I don't think we can. But we are past Hamilton on the first lap, so already up in P2. I think now you'll just start to see the Mercedes put away, so don't be surprised if Hamilton then overtakes me again. You can see he's now right up behind me. I don't even bother defending, because look at the straight line speed difference. No DRS or anything. That was just pure straight line speed difference. We have the same engine as these guys, but the drag in that car is so low compared to the drag which is probably in our car. So now for the rest of the race, basically me defending from Max Verstappen and seeing if we can keep him behind and maybe get a podium in this race if humanly possible. So yeah, let's just see if we can do that. We're going to skip to lap 3 now. You can see we've actually got Lance Stroll behind us now because Stroll and Verstappen are fighting out. Oh, kick him oversteer. The Stroll and Verstappen are fighting against each other at the moment, so it'd be interesting to see if that means that I can gain some time with them. Lewis is now 2 seconds in front, and Valtteri is a further second in front of Lewis. So, as you can see, the Mercedes is just slowly pulling away from us. This track is really technical. You can see I've lost all grip on my tyres basically already by this point in the race. So on lap 6, we're going to come into our pit stop. I felt like I had to pit now because the tyres were just going off. Hamilton has just come out of the pit box. He's right behind me, so I'm not going to be able to jump Hamilton. That's a very good stop from our crew. Yeah, lovely, lovely stop there. 1.9 seconds. I think that's the fastest stop that we've done in a long time.
See these tyres through to the end now.
Let's see if we can get out in front of, I believe this is Grosjean we're fighting against. Or is it Latifi? No, it's Nicholas Latifi. So we get out in front of Latifi. Hoping we stay in front of him. Again, look at the straight line speed of these cars. I don't know why these cars are quicker than me in a straight line. My car should be the 4th fastest on the grid. And he doesn't have a Mercedes power unit. So anyway, next up we have Perez and Grosjean in the Alphas. You know, fighting against it. It is weird to say. You can tell the career is developing when you've got different drivers in completely different teams. You know, Alphas are a completely different driver lineup. So I hope we get past them. We got through all the pit stop phase. Now lap 9, 2 laps later. And we're still in P3. Verstappen is 2 seconds behind, and Stroll is 4 seconds behind. So Max has got past Lance, and it wouldn't surprise me if he starts getting closer by the end of the race. But I believe that Stroll obviously would have been holding him up a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that gap to Verstappen just come down a little bit now. I've just got to set nice, quick, consistent laps and keep in front of him.
Some information on
Giovinazzi is out. So, in regards to our teammate, I did ask Jeff about the race where he was, and it's not good. Pierre started P10 and he went down. Well, you'll hear it now.
To teammate behind is 23.3 seconds. They're on fresh hards. They're in 19th. The time last lap was a 1:53.9.
So as you can hear, Pierre is in P19. I don't know what has happened to Pierre, and I don't know why he did a 20-second slower lap on the previous lap. Maybe he had a wing damage and he had to come into pit. I don't know. But he's in P19, and he started P10. So unless he's had damage and he's had, you know, an off and he's been hit off the track, then fair enough. But so far, he's not having a good start to our team. He's you know, he's consistently been getting like P13 and stuff, but this weekend it was clear he did have some pace. He got that car into Q3. I didn't feel like this car wasn't awful around this circuit at all. It was quite nice to drive, but again, it just wasn't an easy car compared to others to drive. We are still quite low on the R&D tree. For him to get into P3 means he had a good pace. So I'm just under the assumption that he's obviously run into traffic, or he's had wing damage and he's forced to make an extra stop. So, but either way, P19 is not where we want him to be. So I need to start seeing some improvement from him in the next couple of races. If I can get this car up into the podium positions, then you know surely he can get it into the points. You know, and he's shown that he can get it into the points in qualifying. So he just needs to improve his race pace a little bit. Anyway, as our engineer Jeff just told us, Verstappen's only a second behind us now. So we're going to have to really start defending under a second. So we're going to have to get a good exit out of the hairpin to hopefully not give him DRS, because obviously that Red Bull is not as quick as us in a straight line. And if he has DRS, he will catch us, and if he doesn't, he really won't. So we've got a good exit out of that corner, 1.2 ahead of him now. We should be fine. in terms of this lap on the DRS straight. Just about 5. We're going to skip to lap 13, starting our last lap now. Verstappen's only 4 tenths behind you. As you can see, he's caught us up quite a considerable amount here.
This is your final.
I don't think he's going to go from moving to turn 1.
We're leading our teammate by 31.8 seconds. They're on old hards. They're in 18th. The time last lap was a 1:40.0.
So as you can hear, Pierre's on the hard tyres. I don't know why. And he's in P18. Gained 1 place, but P18 still not good enough for my liking. So yeah, hopefully we can keep Verstappen behind. He's only 6 tenths back. So if we can keep him behind and get a podium, it'll be a very good start to our championship season. Again, we're going to be fighting for P4 and P3 in the constructors, so P3 will be the ideal goal. I'll be honest. Anyway, we come to the second to the last corner. Out through the last corner, we managed to keep Verstappen behind, and we come across and take P3 in the Vietnam Grand Prix.
Great work. Well done. We're really happy with the podium here.
So P3 in the race, I'm very, very happy with that, I'll be honest. Ocon got driver of the day. A good race from us. We had consistent race pace, obviously nowhere near the Mercedes. And I don't think we will be at all this season, and maybe not even the next season, because that car is so quick at every circuit. And that's the issue that we have, unfortunately. Every circuit, that car is quick. So, but as you can see, Bottas again comes on top of Hamilton. I believe Hamilton... I don't know, I believe he's just starting to get a little bit slower now, because Bottas won the world title last year with 3 races left, and he's already won, I think he's almost won every single race so far. So Lando Norris came in 9th, and he's actually quite happy with that. But yeah, coming out on the podium, Bottas is the race winner, we're in P3, Hamilton's P2. So a good race from us. We had strong race pace, and we used it to our advantage. We got a good race start, but we actually got past Hamilton, but by turn 3 he was gone. The straight line pace in that car is second to none. It is better than any other car on the grid. So, looking at the results then,
Let's have a look
Pierre Gasly came in 18th. We only did 1 stop, and Gasly only did 1 stop apparently. So whether he just had front wing damage and he was just slow, I don't know. Looking at the standings, I'm now 3rd in the drivers. I jumped Lance Stroll. Gasly, I believe, is down in like 15th or something like that, and we're P4 in the constructors. So we're getting close to Racing Points and maybe getting P3 in the constructors this year. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you did enjoy, smash the thumbs up button, and please do subscribe. If you want to see the other videos, look in the playlist down below. Until next time, bye for now, and I'll see you soon.
And we'll see you for the next one.